I try so many trends that just were not for me. It's kind of tricky because I'm saying pay less attention to every trend, pay more attention to the ones that actually resonate with you.
Hello and welcome back to Peas in a Pod with me, Charley Marlowe. It's the Primark show where we talk everything wellness. And today, we're only talking about style and buying well with the one and only Molly Ashman. Hi, hello.
Hello.
I've got a list of bloody credentials on here. You've blown me away. Began your career interning at Erdem and British Vogue's Edward Enninful.
Yeah.
Boss, say it right. With a degree in fashion buying and brand management, you now work in commercial and music styling.
Yeah.
Good for you. And you've worked on projects with Mr. Ed Sheeran himself, #1 ginger in the country, campaigns with Chelsea FC, Tottenham FC, Arsenal FC, Nike and Adidas.
Love the footballers.
Football gal. My God, tell me how you got into fashion, the big world.
COVID was kind of weirdly one of the only things that helped, weirdly, me get into it, because I was in university when it hit. And I was home for like a good 6 months.
It was nice to learn from bed.
Yeah. There was pluses, but because it only took up like a day or two out of the week, and I lived in a flat with other people who also wanted to get into that industry, we all kind of like egged each other on to be like, right, just start applying for things, everything that you could possibly think of that would like suit you. So I was quite lucky that I applied to an internship. Turns out it wasn't an internship, because in internships you're meant to learn from the people whose actual job it is. They didn't have any styling team. I was the stylist, and I just straight away was like styling their entire like website, everything. So I got to learn e-com side of styling really quickly. And then from that, I met really good people who also helped me kind of like gain connections within the industry, like the photographer who was there, like kind of producers or like brand managers, whatever. And then I started following the right people on Instagram. And
me.
Yeah, I know. I just suddenly started following like producers and like random people like that. And I saw a story go up being like, need an assistant for a music video, la 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 la. Went on. And then from that, I was brought on to every music video they did. So like gained experience really quickly. And yeah, it just spiraled from there. And then I replied to another story that was like NDA, didn't know what it was for. They just said sportswear. And like one of the music videos we did had sportswear in it. So I was like, yeah, I've got experience in sportswear. Turns out it was for Chelsea.
How was your style at football club? Did you not just put a kit on?
A lot of it is literally like kit, jeans, kit, cargos, jacket, bomber.
That's an easy one.
It's nice. It is simple, yeah, it's really simple. But yeah, that's how I got into it. And it was a lot of those kind of like replying to the right stories, talking to the right people, making friends with the right people on set.
That's the way you've got to do it though, because like I was saying before, I used to work in TV.
Oh, yeah.
And it was so much of like, it's such a similar industry of just like chatting away like, what are you working on next?
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to be
unemployed. You start
unemployed.
and then like by the end of the day, you're like, so what's been the worst part of your life so far? And then you get, because you're on set all day, you get to the point where like, I don't really care about having a front up. I'm just going to tell you about my deep dark secrets.
It's quite boring, like, because obviously like
you're standing around all day.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're there for like 12 hours plus.
Yeah, just kind of like networking, but in not just the kind of straight away as like going to an event and chatting to people. It was like weirdly on like social media, I guess.
Yeah, because people who want to get into fashion style and everything like that, they're not just going to get invited to Gucci.
You think it'd be like go into the headquarters and just like ask for an internship, or like go to a like fashion show and start talking to people is I don't know if that even used to be the way, but I think that's the way that everyone think it would be. I definitely did.
People tell it in the past, yeah. I walked into Gucci with a CV and a good attitude, and now I'm the CEO. And you're like, how do I do that?
And I think that's what a lot of people are confused about. They're like, how do you get into it? And I'm like, it's just not how you think.
And right, you've done some huge projects. What's been your favourite?
It sounds really like obvious, but like the Ed Sheeran job was definitely like a big deal.
What did you do with him?
So I do car styling, so I wasn't up close and personal with Ed Sheeran himself. But it's so bad. I don't know the name of the album that just came out. You know, he does like X multiply, la la la, divide,
algebra.
Yeah,
one of them.
One of the maths ones that he brought out at the start of last year, I think, start of 2023.
Yeah.
So the way they did it is they had Mia Barnes direct the entire album. So it wasn't just one music video, it was the whole album.
Wow.
So they brought on one stylist, one everyone to do the whole album, which is kind of unheard of. Like I'd never heard of anyone doing it like that. And
You were going out, getting the most expensive thing on the menu. Like,
oh
I've got
God,
work coming in.
I was like, I'm set for life. I literally am set for life. And it was like 2 months of really, it was fun as well. It wasn't actually that stressful. People were great. People were really funny because we were living together, not together, like we were in the same hotel for like a few days a week. And you just kind of like got to know each other. It was really like relaxed and really nice. Everyone on it was very nice. Ed Sheeran did say hello. It was a great time.
So that was like, that was over the span of 2 months?
Yeah. It was like a couple of days a week for a couple months.
Right, enough talking about other people's style. Have you got any advice for anyone who's trying to find confidence in styling themselves? Because I struggle with this. Believe it or not, I've not dressed myself today.
I think recently, the whole thing about trends being overdone, I think I see loads of videos being like, next big trend, trend predictions, whatever. I would feed into every single one of them. Like I'd want to try every single one. I'd buy it straight away without realizing or thinking about if I actually liked it. Like I tried so many trends that just were not for me, whether it was like I didn't like the look of it on me, it wasn't in my kind of style or personality or whatever, and I genuinely felt strange and uncomfortable walking around because I was like, this just isn't me.
Yeah.
So I think paying less attention, it's kind of tricky because I'm saying pay less attention to every trend, but I'm also saying pay more attention to the ones that actually resonate with you, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Do you still agree with that whole kind of thing of like dressing for your body type, or are you more just like wear what you want?
I think I only agree with it from a personal point of view. Like anyone else saying it, like it doesn't matter, who cares? But if you feel more comfortable in something that you feel like kind of suits your body type better or like shows off your assets that you like or whatever, then yeah, by all means go for it. That's definitely what I do because it makes me feel more confident, more like when I'm doing a job, if I'm wearing something that I feel uncomfortable in, like you're going to tell. I'm probably going to talk to less people because I feel uncomfortable.
What are some trends that you think are never going to go away?
Oh God.
Be a little smart shopper, help the planet.
Animal print.
Yeah, animal print is a basic. Yeah.
It comes back, it circulates all the time.
It's a neutral.
I'm obsessed. I literally have a zebra bag over there, which I showed my flatmate being like, you're going to see the grossest bag ever, but I think it's great. And she was like, I think that's amazing. So
I love it.
Because leopard print, I see everyone saying like leopard print is a neutral.
Yeah,
I agree.
Is. I know. I feel like it's like getting those staple pieces to keep in your wardrobe.
Yeah.
Like the good quality staples, but I'm just like...
The only things that I've kept solidly in my wardrobe for years, like back home, I have a couple of things that like I don't want to get rid of, but like I don't wear all the time. Like most of them are leopard print because I know at some point I'm going to wear them again.
Yeah.
So animal print for the win.
Right. What is an easy styling tip people can implement in their wardrobe without buying more?
Having staple pieces that go with everything, whether it's your like more interesting out there stuff. So like having a good pair of jeans that like you like the silhouette of, like I like a straight leg and it goes with anything. Having like a good coat, I kind of just do like a kind of wool trench coat style thing. It just goes, so having one staple piece that goes with everything makes my wardrobe so much more wearable.
And as well, I think like I was like binging your TikToks last night.
Last night, late at night.
In bed, like. And
Getting in the controversial ones.
Like your trench coat, like, and you did a video and it was like styling it 5 different ways.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think people need to see more of that kind of content because it's like, we often just buy one piece.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, that'll do me once.
Yeah.
Do you think style's got a place in sport?
I mean, yeah, I think when I first got brought into it, I was like, why am I here? There is no need, because I was just doing kits. I was just steaming the kits, putting them on, saying bye-bye. And then they've kind of realised, I think it's a bit late in the game, but they've realised that football players...
Sorry. Oh my God, yeah.
I think they've realised that anything a football player wears, people want it. And if it's then like styled, like actually made into an outfit that they can wear every day, not just to a football game, even better, they're more likely to buy it.
Right, tell me, what's one outdated trend that you will not give up on?
I was thinking about this and I feel like the people who get it.
Yeah.
Heeled trainers.
I
know. It sounds terrible, but the people who I love most, like their personal style, they are the ones who are starting to wear them again. I'm like, okay, I resonate with that. If I'm employing this whole like only go by trends I resonate with.
I don't think I've ever seen a heel trend. Do you mean like not just a big chunk?
Like a heel. Not even. I'm not talking a platform. I'm talking a heel, but in the right way. I swear.
Are they comfy? Have you wore them?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well,
I mean, comfier than a heel, and I can't wear a heel, so.
Oh, I can't stand heels. If I've got like a big event, I'm like I'm so excited. I'm like, yeah, I can't wait, but I'm like, oh, I've got to be in heels all night.
So I'm glad I'm tall because it's not obvious that I'm not wearing heels.
So for my last question, please could you give me one piece of advice for someone who's trying to get into styling? They're on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
God, it's like a musical. They just are like, oh my God, Molly, please help me. I can see you doing so well. What can I do?
It's really hard to get into the industry when you don't know anyone from the offset. Like, I didn't have any of the like family member thing, like connections. Didn't have any of that. Never, like, I'd love some, but my parents are teachers, so they didn't really have the connections I was looking for.
No.
So what did help was having friends that kind of knew at least a bit more than I did, knowing the right people. And I think networking, but not in the way that it used to be, not like going to events and chatting to people, but you're following the right people on Instagram. People will put on stories all the time, like needing an assistant, looking for an assistant, la la la. There'll be a million of them. And if you apply directly to them, it's a much better chance of getting it than if you're doing it from like a Facebook group chat. Because I know there's like loads of different like group things so you can get it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of following the right people, doing the like Instagram, social media, making sure you look like from a first look, literally within the first 5 seconds.
People need to know.
You need to look like you know what you're doing, because the amount of people that do apply, you're just not going to get a second glance unless you're showing on every different platform that like you actually could be trusted to do steam clothes, to do like the simplest job. But
like what you were saying, I think when we were at uni and we learned different subjects, topics, whatever, but the way we were taught, it was often like, you need to go to an event, you need to reach into people, reach out to people on LinkedIn, ask them to go for a coffee.
I've never used LinkedIn. I know for some jobs it's very useful, but like I've never used it.
Oh God, yeah, no, it's not for me. Me neither. No. But I think nowadays it's very much Instagram. People always like, obviously people do have time for a coffee. Yeah. But I was about to say, I'm busy. I just can't be bothered.
People do message being like, I'd love to go for coffee. And I was like, I would love that in an ideal world, but if I say yes to that, then you have to say yes to everyone, and then it's like it's just not feasible.
Yeah. Whereas Instagram, it's so much more accessible, and again, you're seeing like what people are up to.
Yeah.
People are posting like, behind the scenes.
You want to get along with them.
But that's what I mean. I feel like people really don't. Like, we've not even really touched on your TikTok. Like, that, again, is such a platform for what you're doing and just getting yourself out there. Yeah. But Molly, darling, thank you so much for coming on. I've learned so much. I think that is going to be so helpful to our little Peas in the Pod listeners. They love it. But thank you so much.
That's all right.
You're a joy.
Thank you. You too.
So.